All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. We are diving headfirst into XRP today.
Yeah, head first.
That's right. And, you want to make some smart moves when it comes to future trading, right?
Absolutely.
You're looking short to middle term, and we've got a ton of info to break down.
We do.
So, XRP,
Well, it's holding strong.
it's number 3 right now.
Yeah, number 3, the third largest crypto by market cap.
Flipped USDP, too.
Yeah, it flipped USDT recently. And I think a lot of that's driven by
Okay.
people are anticipating that potential XRP ETF, right?
Oh, for sure.
And there's a lot of talk about the new administration
Yeah, you
and what their policies might be. So,
for sure. So that's one to watch, right? The whole U.S. political scene,
oh, absolutely.
especially with a new SEC chair coming in.
Yeah, and we've got,
But on the other side of the world,
yeah, totally different.
the EU is doing its own thing with MiCA.
Right. MiCA.
I'm kind of curious how these two, they're very different. How do those regulatory landscapes, how do they impact what we're seeing on the XRP charts?
Well, MiCA is ambitious,
Yeah.
very ambitious, but it's causing some issues, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, some companies are pulling out of the EU
Wow.
because they're saying it's too stringent.
Huh. Interesting.
It's interesting, right? They're like, we'd rather have flexibility, even if it means a little less regulatory certainty,
Wow.
which is kind of a fascinating take, I think.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then you contrast that with the U.S., right?
Right.
Where you've got the new SEC chair coming in, Paul Atkins.
yeah,
And he's seen as much more, I guess, crypto-friendly
right, yeah.
than the previous chair. So that shift in the U.S. could be,
Yes.
could be a huge catalyst for the whole crypto market.
Okay, so potentially we could even see money throwing from a very tightly regulated EU to
Yeah,
a
potentially.
more open US market,
Yeah, for sure. And then
which would really shake things up.
yeah, and then on top of that, you've got this legal thing, this overturning of the Chevron deference doctrine.
I know, and I know our listeners are all about the technicals,
Right, right.
but this legal stuff,
it matters.
it seems really important.
It is, yeah.
Do you bring that down for us a little?
Yeah, so basically the Chevron deference doctrine, it basically meant that the courts just automatically sided with whatever a government agency's interpretation of a rule was.
Oh, okay.
Right. So now that that's gone, the crypto industry might have a bit more breathing room, in the U.S.,
Okay.
and less fear of, sudden regulatory crackdowns could lead to more confidence, I think, in the market.
Right, so less uncertainty,
Exactly.
less fear.
Yeah.
Okay, so even for a hardcore chart watcher,
Yeah.
it's important to understand that
But
legal
that's protected.
and regulatory scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
let's get down to the nitty gritty, the price
Yeah,
predictions.
let's look at those charts.
I'm seeing some chatter about this bullish pennant
Oh, yeah.
forming on the XRP chart.
It's an interesting pattern.
Can you walk us through
Yeah.
what that means? What is that, and what kind of
Sure.
price targets are we looking at?
So a bullish pennant is a continuation pattern,
Okay.
and it usually means there's a pause
Okay.
in the uptrend before the price, potentially keeps going up.
Okay.
And so think of it like, those flags,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
flagpole, and then the triangular
Right.
flag waving. So we see that flagpole in XRP's recent price surge, right? It went up really fast.
Okay.
And now the price is kind of consolidating
Okay.
in this tight little flag.
Right.
And so if it breaks out above the upper trend line of that flag,
Yeah.
that could signal that the uptrend's going to keep going.
Okay.
And some analysts think that that breakout could push XRP
To
to the $5 level, even in the short term.
$5? That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
But I know some people are even more bullish than that.
Oh, yeah. Way more bullish.
We've even got analysts predicting $13, right?
$13, that's a big jump.
What's the rationale there?
Yeah, so that $13 prediction, that's tied to another chart pattern called a bull flag,
Okay.
which is similar to the pennant,
Okay.
but it forms more of a rectangle
Oh, okay.
for the flag. So to spot this pattern, you'd look for a strong upward move,
Right.
which is the flagpole,
Got it.
followed by this period of consolidation, right, where it kind of goes sideways,
Right.
but in a downward sloping channel, and that's the flag.
Oh, okay.
And so a breakout, again, above the upward trend line of that flag would be a very bullish signal.
Uh-huh.
And, if that happens and the overall market is feeling good,
Feeling good, yeah.
yeah, $13 isn't totally impossible.
Wow, those are some pretty exciting targets.
They are?
But of course, nothing is guarantees in crypto.
Of course not. You've got to remember these patterns are just potential scenarios.
Right.
It's not a guarantee. You always have to consider, what's the market doing in general.
Right. The bigger picture.
And manage your risk.
Exactly. Exactly. And speaking of market context,
Yeah.
we can't forget about that potential spot XRP ETF,
Oh, right.
if that gets approved.
That's a big one.
Could it just send the price? Like
Yeah, it could. It really could.
overdrive.
Yeah, because a spot XRP ETF would make it so much easier
Yeah.
for all kinds of investors to get in on XRP.
Institutional and retail, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that demand could really push the price up.
Wow. Okay.
But as always, we've got to wait and see what happens.
Right, of course. So
You never know.
we've got, bullish technical signals,
Yeah.
potential regulatory tailwinds,
Tailwinds. Yep.
and this like looming possibility of the XRP ETF.
It's exciting.
It sounds like things could get pretty interesting,
It does. It does.
price-wise,
Yeah, definitely a recipe for some action.
for sure. Okay, so we've got the technicals looking, I don't know, pretty bullish.
Yeah, somewhat bullish.
But let's, step back a bit and look at the bigger picture.
The fundamentals.
You mentioned real-world adoption is like crucial
Yeah, it's key.
for XRP's, success in the long term.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of adoption are we talking about here? Like, give me some examples.
So think about it like this. If a major bank
All right.
starts using XRP for cross-border payments,
Oh, right.
that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Not just because it, validates the tech, but it also could disrupt
Yeah, totally.
the traditional financial system.
For sure.
And that kind of adoption can have a ripple effect.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so more banks using XRP
Yeah.
means more people need to buy XRP,
Exactly.
which drives up the price.
Supply and demand, right.
Right. Classic.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, but what about...
Well, and it's not just banks, right?
Okay, yeah.
You've got to think about all those payment systems.
Beyond banks.
Yeah, beyond banks, because the world is going digital.
It is, yeah.
Right. And so if XRP can carve out a space for itself there, facilitating all these payments, making them faster, cheaper, more efficient,
For sure.
its value just goes up, right?
Right.
So you think micropayments, remittances, even things like in-game purchases.
Oh, wow.
It's huge.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing the broader implications here.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, competition.
Elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, right.
Yeah.
Crypto is a jungle out there.
Oh, yeah. It is.
XRP has got some serious rivals.
It does.
What makes it stand out? Like, what gives it an edge?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think XRP has a few things going for it.
Right.
First, it's fast and it's cheap.
Okay.
Like the transaction costs are low.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And it's designed for enterprise solutions.
Right.
And Ripple's been really good about making partnerships with
Yeah.
big players in finance.
Yeah, that's true.
So that focus on real-world applications, I think, gives it a real advantage.
So it's not just
It's not just hype.
hype. Yeah.
It's actually being used.
Right. Okay.
And don't forget, they just launched their own stablecoin.
Oh, RLUSD.
Yeah, RLUSD. And that could really boost XRP's utility.
Within the Ripple ecosystem, right?
Exactly. So it could attract more users,
Right.
drive up demand, all of that.
Yeah. Stablecoins are definitely a hot topic right now.
They are.
But let's go back to the regulations for a sec.
Okay.
You mentioned the U.S. might be getting more crypto-friendly.
Potentially, yeah.
How could that impact XRP globally, like competitively?
So if the U.S. really embraces crypto,
Yeah.
you're going to see a ton of innovation and investment.
Yeah, for sure.
And that benefits everyone.
Right, right.
But I think XRP, with all its partnerships and its existing setup,
Right, it's already kind of ahead.
might be in a really good spot.
Yeah, to capitalize.
To capitalize on that, exactly.
Okay, so it could attract more developers, more investment, more users.
Yep, all of the above.
Okay, so a more friendly U.S.,
Mhm.
basically. You
Yeah.
could give XRP an edge globally.
Potentially, yeah.
It's all starting to connect now. I see it.
Yeah, it's all connected.
But before we get too excited about all this potential,
Right.
we should talk about the risks,
Of
right?
course, always.
Like, what are some red flags or challenges our listeners should, watch out for?
Well, we've been pretty optimistic so far.
Yeah.
But you got to be realistic. There are downsides.
Right.
I think the biggest one is just the regulatory landscape.
Okay, yeah.
It's still unpredictable,
Right.
What seems like a good stance today could change tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that uncertainty, it can create a lot of volatility.
Yeah, volatility, yeah.
Which can be exciting, but it's also risky.
Right, so even if things look good now,
Yeah,
doesn't mean they'll stay that way.
exacto.
Okay, got it. So What else should we be, I guess, cautious about?
Well, competition, right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, XRP's got its strengths, but there are other projects out there. They're innovating, they're trying to get market share.
Yeah, it's a race.
It is. So you got to keep an eye on the competition.
Right.
You know, some stable coins are getting really popular.
Yeah.
They've got their own features, partnerships.
Right.
XRP needs to stay ahead of the game.
Okay, so it's like a constant race to innovate
Oh, yeah.
and adapt.
Absolutely. And that's part of what makes it fun, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's exciting.
The crypto world never sleeps.
Never sleeps, that's for sure.
So you got to be ready.
Okay, so let's say our listener has absorbed all this knowledge
Yeah.
and they're like, all right, I'm ready. I'm taking the plunge.
Let's go.
I'm going to open a position in XRP.
Awesome.
What are some key things they should be thinking about?
Well, as we've been talking about,
Yeah.
you need to understand the technicals and the fundamentals.
Right. Both sides.
Yeah, both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
You got to be comfortable reading those charts,
Right.
seeing those patterns, interpreting all the different indicators. But you also need that bigger context, right?
Right.
What's going on with regulations, adoption, all that.
It's like a puzzle.
It is like a puzzle.
You need all the pieces.
We need all the pieces, exactly.
You see the picture.
Yep. And once you have that picture, you can start thinking about your strategy, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are your goals?
Yeah, short term, long term.
Short term, long term, exactly. What's your risk tolerance?
Right.
These are all things you've got to consider.
Okay, so let's say they've done their homework.
Yeah.
They understand the charts.
Uh-huh.
They've grasped the fundamentals.
Okay.
They've even thought about their risk.
They're ready?
They're ready.
Yeah.
What's the next step? How do they actually manage that risk?
Well, that's where risk management comes in.
Okay.
It's not about avoiding risk altogether. It's about understanding it
Okay.
and mitigating it.
Right.
So one popular thing to do is set stop loss orders.
Oh, yeah. Stop.
Yeah, so this basically automatically sells your position if the price drops below a certain point.
Oh, okay.
So it limits your losses.
So it's like a safety net.
It is. It's a safety net.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Another important thing is position sizing,
Okay.
which is basically deciding how much money
Right.
you're willing to risk on a trade.
Okay.
So, one bad trade doesn't wipe you out.
Right. So you're spreading the risk.
Exactly, spreading the risk.
Okay. That makes sense, especially in crypto, right?
Especially in crypto, yeah, where things are moving fast.
Things can change quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on the risk management side?
Well, diversification is always a good idea.
Oh, right. Diversification.
Yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Right.
Spread your investments around.
Right.
That way, if one thing takes a hit,
Yeah.
you're not totally
So
devastated.
you're not wiped out.
Exactly.
Well, it's all about finding that sweet spot between
It is, finding that balance.
risk and reward.
Yeah. Between risk and reward, yeah.
Okay, so trading is it's a journey,
It is, it's a journey.
not a destination.
You're constantly learning, adapting, refining your strategies.
You've given us a lot to think about today.
We have.
Before we wrap up, is there one final piece of advice you'd give our listener as they're
Yeah, it's a tough.
starting their XRP adventure?
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay, yeah.
And to learn, The
Yeah.
crypto world is always changing.
It is.
There's always something new to learn.
Right.
So engage with the community, read, good analyses,
Yeah, keep learning.
and never stop questioning your assumptions.
Question everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowledge is power, right?
It really is, especially in crypto,
Especially in crypto.
where things move so fast.
All right, so we've covered the technicals.
We have
We've explored the fundamentals.
deep dive.
We've even talked about the art of risk management.
The psychology of it all.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It is
So now it's time to bring it all together
Yeah.
and leave our listener with some final takeaways
some food for thought.
as they navigate this exciting world of XRP trading. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a wild ride through the world of XRP
It has.
and its potential, for future trading.
Lots to unpack.
We've looked at the charts. We've debated regulations.
We did.
We've even gotten into the mindset of risk management.
Yeah, the psychology of it all.
So let's
Let's try
crystallize. Yeah.
bring it all together.
If our listener had to walk away with a few key takeaways,
The main point.
what would they be?
I think the first one is that XRP is at this really interesting point.
Okay.
There's a lot happening at once. You've
Yeah.
got those bullish signals on the charts, right?
Right.
And then the regulations are changing.
Yeah. All over the place.
There's the potential for that ETF, which could be huge.
Right. A game changer.
And then more and more people are actually using XRP.
Yeah. In the real world.
So I think all of that together makes a pretty strong case.
For XRP. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, of course,
But there's always a but.
there's always a but, right?
Right.
There's risk.
There's risk, yeah.
Especially in crypto.
Especially in crypto. Things can change fast.
So we can't ignore the volatility, right?
Oh!
Or the regulations.
Always a factor.
They could change anytime.
And the competition?
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of other crypto projects out there.
It's a jungle.
It is.
So that's why I think the second big takeaway is like
Informed decisions.
informed decisions. Yeah, you really have
You
to.
can't just jump in blindly. You got to do your research.
So understanding both the technicals, right?
Yeah, technical and fundamental analysis.
The fundamentals,
Yeah.
being able to,
You got to know how to read those charts.
read the charts.
See those patterns. What do the indicators mean?
Right. And then also, understanding
The bigger picture.
the bigger picture.
What are the regulations doing?
Right.
How is XRP being adopted?
Who are the competitors?
Yeah, who's out there?
Are they innovating?
Are they a threat?
Right. It's a lot.
It is.
It's like being a detective.
It is. You got to piece it all together.
And then, once you have all that information,
Once you see the whole picture,
that's when you can start to think about,
your strategy.
your trading strategy.
Exactly.
Which brings us to, I think, our third takeaway.
Number 3,
Risk management.
risk management. It's so important.
And it really
You
is.
can't just think about the gains.
Right.
You got to protect yourself too.
Yeah, from the potential losses.
Exactly. So we talked about stop loss orders,
Right.
position sizing.
Diversification.
All those tools can help you,
Manage that risk.
weather the storm,
Moving the waves.
ride the waves. Exactly.
Because it's not just about,
It's not a quick win.
no.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
So trading is a journey.
It is a journey,
It takes patience. It takes discipline.
and you never stop learning.
You never stop learning.
That's the key.
Well said. So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah, what's the final thought?
what's the one question
What do we leave our listener with?
we leave our listener with?
I think the most important question is this. What's your approach going to be?
Okay. Yeah.
Given everything we've talked about,
Right. All this information.
are you going to go all in on the short term?
Right. Like ride that bullish wave.
Ride that wave. Try to make a quick buck.
Or are you going to be more cautious?
Yeah, play the long game.
Play the long game.
Focus on those fundamentals.
Right.
Manage your risk carefully.
There's no right answer, is there?
But there's no right answer. It all depends on you.
Right. Your goals.
Your goals, your risk tolerance.
Your philosophy.
And that's what's so great about crypto.
Yeah. It's all about the individual.
There are so many different ways to approach it.
It's a choose your own adventure.
It is. It really is.
So stay informed. Stay curious.
Never stop learning.
That's the key.
That's the key.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll leave you to ponder all those questions.
Yeah. Happy trading, everyone.
And embark on your own XRP adventure.
Have fun out there.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and happy trading.